Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Money Space on X with me, Kalu Aja. Today we have a fantastic show for you all today. This is the Money Week, right? The Global Money Week, and so we decided to just bring in the guys that do money, talk about money, and just have a chat with you all on this Sunday evening. So we've got guests tonight, so let's behave, right? So we've got guys from Nigerian Exchange, Nigerian Stock Exchange, and we also have the guys from Coronation, right? We're just going to add them in, and then of course we'll start to speak. How's been your week, guys? It's been, should we say, interesting start of the quarter. So we are glad to have you all here. We're, still looking at the budget, the naira, the exchange, looking at where to invest our money. So this is, I think, is a fantastic space to have at this time. So I'm going to hear from the experts how they manage money, and perhaps, let a few pointers here and then. I have one of my speakers already in here. Mr. Adeyemi, how are you, sir? Mr. Adeyemi Oluwaseun,
Good evening.
how are you, sir?
Very well, thank you.
Yes. You can just get a brief intro so folks know who we're speaking to, and then we can go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Kalu, and good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here. It's really nice to be here. Adeyemi Oluwaseun, I work with the Nigerian Exchange Limited as a product analyst in the secondary market department. My background is in finance, and also an associate of the Chartered Agency of Stockbrokers and Chartered Agency of Securities and Investments, UK. Just to give a brief summary. Thank you.
Thank you for being here, sir. I'm just adding the few other guests that we want to have the conversation with. Once I have the second person here, we'll kick it off, sir. So welcome. Thank you for being here with me today. If you guys don't know, the Nigerian stock market really has been the bright spot in the economy this year, 2024. We've had stellar returns on the index. We've seen the index rise. So that's good for us. Is that a place for us to invest? How should we invest? These are all the topics I'd like to talk about today. And let me just see. I'm just waiting for the second folk to hop in here. Then we can kick up the questions, right? Okay. All right. Mr. Adeyemi, looks like you're my guest. So I'm going to come back to you, sir. Right? You're the money guy. Just in terms of just the overview, it's great. I've got my speaker in here. Just in terms of the overview, Mr. Adeyemi, just in your own words, well, how do you describe the Nigerian stock market 2024? We're almost at the third month, or when March. What will be your takeaway initially from the Nigerian stock market, give or take, this year, 2024?
Sure, thank you very much, Mr. Kalu. Yes, the market has been on the upside largely for Q1 2024. Also, this asking of the performance of last year and also coming into the new year, into 2024, large market has been reacting to policies, government policies, which took everyone on the bright spot, as in government taking a turn. The fiscal policy, and monetary policy side taking a turn from what we want to be, and investors have been quite upbeat about what's about the Nigerian market, and we have also seen an uptick also in participation of foreign guys, though not yet at previous level, but largely domestic players have held the fort thus far. Just to put it in summary. Thank you.
Gotcha. That's a good one. I'll also got Mr. Ernest in here. Sir, can I have you on mute? Introduce yourself, and then we can kick it off. Since I have both of you now. How you doing, sir?
Okay. Thank you, Carlos, for having me.
Thank you.
My name is Ernest Ajadu. I'm the one leading the wealth management endeavor with Coronation Asset Management. So I'm joining you guys here to discuss about all important topics bordering on investing strategies to invest and also risk management.
Okay, I mean you are heading wealth management. Let's just kick right into it, right? Your overview of the Nigerian stock market right now. I mean Q1 2024. What's been your take so far?
I think the Nigerian stock market presents a unique opportunities for people who understand or who are seeking for value investment. We've seen a couple of stocks perform impressively for within the first 2 months of the year. And we still think that there are still more opportunities in the market, especially for those who are looking at diversifying their portfolios and are looking at the long term. I mean, look at the performance of the market here today. I'm currently at 39 point something percent. I mean, that's impressive. So this opportunity is only for those who are able to look into the market and diversify their portfolio, not just across equities, but also ETFs to be able to reap solid returns on their investment.
And what are ETFs, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, so typically ETFs are equity traded funds. They are usually comprised of a portfolio of stocks, and they try to reflect the performance of those stocks in the portfolio.
Gotcha. So go ahead.
Hey, go ahead.
Right, so I mean, ETFs are more like unit trusts that trade during the day. Like I buy the mutual fund, but I can buy and sell it during the day. Unlike the mutual fund, where I have to wait till the end of the day to trade, more or less, right?
Yes. And because of their equity related, they tend to perform what a normal mutual fund would have given you. But of course, there's also risk in trading on them. So people investing in ETFs to actually understand how the ETFs work, the assets under the portfolio, and they also have to have a good time horizon towards getting back their returns.
Gotcha. I'm seeing, I'm not sure if I'm correct, I'm seeing 41% year-to-date returns on the Nigerian NGX equity market. Is that number correct?
So it's not the ASI is currently at 39.95%.
Okay.
That's at Friday.
Okay.
41. I got to 41 at some point, but there were recent sell-offs, people taking and the likes of it, which made it slip a bit to 39.95%.
We'll take 39. We're okay with 39. So what's driving 39%? What's happening in the market? Is it like are new investors coming in, or are companies giving us fantastic results? I mean, I read on one side I see MTN making exchange losses, but I'm seeing 39%. What's driving this 39%?
I think people are seeing the value in the stock. Considering the performance of the stock market last year, I think cumulatively, when you add evidence reinvested, the equity market performed about 50% last year. When you compare it with what the fixed income market did for the whole of last year, you see that the equity market is where you should be investing in. And especially when you consider inflation at an all-time high of about 31%. I mean, you want to be able to invest in where you're able to hedge against any depreciation of your funds. These values are what people have come to see, and they're coming. And we're seeing quite impressive performance from some of the companies listed on the index, and this is attracting both domestic investors and also international investors. So
to be clear, inflation in Nigeria is about 31, 32. If you round it up, the market is doing 39%. So in essence, if I bought the Nigerian stock market index, I will be beating the very, very high inflation numbers today, more or less.
Exactly. Inflation, according to the data released by NBS, as of February was at 31.7%. So remove that from the current performance of the ASI, should be making around 8 to 9% real return on your investment.
Interesting. I hope someone tweets that out, that if I invested in 2024 Q1 in the Nigerian index, I will be making a real return. That's the word, a real return, because my returns are beating inflation, which is very, very high. 31 is very, very high in any market. So to question now, Mr. If I was an investor, a Nigerian guy, I have ₦1 million, and I would like to participate in this for 39% return that the NGX is doing as per the index, how can I do this? Like, what do I do? 1, 2, 3. I want to participate. I've never done it before. 1, 2, 3. What do I do?
Well, it's that simple. You just simply welcome to either us or any regulated stockbroker.
And you are Coronation.
Coronation, yes, Coronation Securities Limited will open a stock brokerage account for you at no cost, give you an access to the market where you can place your orders and trade yourself. We're also not just helping you buy, but we're also able to offer you advisory tools, what stocks to pick, why we think you should pick them, what are the upside potentials, and what time horizons should you have when investing in those stocks. Also, we try to conduct a bit of risk profiling. We want to understand what is your risk profile like, so that it guides us in recommending what to buy and what to invest in.
I got you. So if I come to Coronation, is there a minimum? I mean, I can go to any stockbroker, but I can come to Coronation more or less. Is there any minimum to invest in a just stock exchange? I mean, if I want to buy stocks, is there a minimum or it's really open?
It's open. There's no minimum. I mean, you can buy even a unit of a stock if you wish to. There's no minimum. All dependent on how much you're willing to invest.
In the US, I can buy the index. I can buy maybe VTI or buy the index itself, the S&P. Is there an index in Nigeria I can buy? I don't know what to buy. I want to participate in the Nigerian market itself as an index. Is there something I can just buy and that gives me exposure automatically to the Nigerian market just like that we have?
So I don't think there's an index that actually exposes you to the all-share index, but we have ETF, we have funds that track performance in certain sectors that you can buy into. If you're looking at impressive performance in the telecom industry or the FMCG industry, you're able to buy stocks that track the performance in those stocks.
Gotcha.
Buy those ETFs that track the performance in those sectors.
So let me see if Sheung is back in here. I want to move to Sheung and I'd maybe ask him a few questions if it's possible. Sheung, are you still with us?
Oh, yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, Sheung, I mean, you've had 39% return. You've heard the guys say, listen, we have sectors that we can invest in particularly. So for you, what are the products as an investor? Remember, I have £1 million. I'm a young guy. What else can I leverage on to get returns in this market and diversify? That i.e., what is available for me as an investor? £1 million, young guy, I would like to invest. What would you recommend, or what would you suggest, or what is out there for me to basically get into?
Thank you, Mr. Kalu. Though you broke up a bit because of the network, but if I heard it clearly, you're asking what products are available to invest. Assuming an investor has a bucket of cash of £1 million, is that correct?
That is correct. I mean, what are my options in the market? I want to participate in 39%. What should I do? Do I buy a particular stock? What are the products available for me?
Okay, yeah. So, interestingly, it's a good time to invest in the market. The market has been, quite upbeat. And the NGX has products, array of products. That are listed on the exchange. We have equities. We have on fixed income. We have ETFs, and of recent we also have derivatives. That's the index futures. So, as an investor, the key to hedging risk or to good returns, getting good returns is diversification. Of course, we see the equities market do as high as 39.95% in the current year, but there are also other options from equities. You have ETF, you have bonds, you have, for example, you have the urgent savings bonds, which should appeal to retail investors. So it's quite a basket of products that we have listed on the exchange that investors can participate. So depending on the asset allocation and the risk appetite of the investor, the investor can decide to create the investment across these asset classes.
So is there specifically I don't want like a specific. Yes, I'm still here. I'm basically saying I want to get like a specific. Is there like a specific stock or ticker? Because there are folks listening here that are sending me DMs. How can I invest? How can I participate? How can, if I go to my broker, what do I tell them I want to buy? Can we get that granular into the details?
I think we can, but my colleague from Coronation might do better at that because so he's a wealth management guy. So as the exchange is not necessarily our duty to drill down into specific stocks or
Gotcha.
buy, but of course course, we see that across sectoral divide, we've had even new listings on the exchange. Of recent, we had a Transcorp Power being listed on the exchange, providing deepening the utility space in the market.
Yeah.
So, it's also on the investor to look deeply at where the value exists, and also nuance that vis-a-vis the macroeconomic space, and also able to tease out opportunities to invest in the market.
What's the NGX single stock future? And how do I use it? I mean, is it a risk hedging thing? You know, what's it all about? The NGX single stock future?
Yeah, so the NGX single stock future is a product that we seek to launch very soon. Within the it's a derivative instrument. It's as the name implies, future. It's a derivative instrument, and it helps. It does two things. I mean, it gives investors opportunities to hedge or de-risk their investment. For example, those that have exposure probably in the equities market, and you want to take a position that okay, maybe you already have a view on the market. You can use derivatives, the single stock futures, to exercise your views as to where you think the market will be at a particular time. And also it gives opportunities to investors to leverage in terms of using maybe little capital to also leverage opportunities. So there are also risks as to that product. So an investor has to be quite savvy to use that product. So it's a derivative instrument, and it takes value from the underlying, just like it takes the value of the single stock futures. It's premise on the underlying instrument, on the underlying stock, which is listed on the exchange.
So it's more or less like just like a future trade, like the same thing I do when I buy a product. I can buy a future and I can trade on that future. I can hedge my position and all that. Okay, interesting. So it's going to be a bit more for the sophisticated investors out there. Okay, I just got a quick DM for you. Someone is asking that I'd like to buy Nigerian stocks. I'd like to buy through accredited brokers. Can you guys put maybe the list of stockbrokers on your site, so that way I know that if I'm buying stocks, I am buying from a registered broker? So it's asking essentially that the Nigerian Stock Exchange maybe has a link there that they can see all the registered stockbrokers, so that way they can click it and know that these guys are more or less accredited. Yeah. So that's just a feedback.
So interestingly, the list of accredited stockbrokers is on our website. So it just requires a bit of knowing how to navigate. But what we would do is maybe bring it to the forefront of our website, where investors can easily just click and see who are the accredited stockbrokers, the active ones, that you can contact to advise us to invest through such trading license holders.
Yeah, I see your website, top 10 brokers and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it does have a lot of information. But like you said, just find a broker on the website under trade. You can go to trade, under find a broker. It's listed all there, become an investor. So it's like I said, just bringing it out, so I put up a search for it. Fantastic. But I want to go back to the money guy, the wealth guy. Like you said, he's the one that will give us the insight. Folks that you need to get an insight, they want to get that 39%. So Mr. Ernest, I'll bring it back to you if you don't mind. So the question I'm getting from my followers on Twitter is basically saying, how can they invest? How can they start this journey? I mean, they are looking for like specific. They are saying they have $1 million or more. I'm just going to use as an example. How can they participate? Which sectors are hot? Which ones should they put their microphone on, more or less? Go ahead, sir.
So that's an interesting question. That's what people always want to
exactly
know about. But it's important to always explain to investors, prospective investors, that the equity market is a risky place. It is really recommended that you're able to mitigate against your risk. When you're coming to the equity market, it's good to have a long-term investment horizon, and it is important to diversify your portfolio. Instead of just buying one stock and then you concentrate all your portfolio on one stock, you are able to diversify your portfolio around several sectors and several industries. So, take for instance, over the week, last week, we saw the likes of the banking sectors, GTCO, Zenith Bank, FBA. They were one of the top gainers that pulled the market into a positive. But maybe next week it may not be so, because past performance does not necessarily guarantee That means if you're actually looking at if you have a long-term investment horizon, if you key into some of these stocks, you're most likely going to make really good returns because historically, the equity market has always outperformed the fixed income market. So, in terms of you, how do you invest or how do you want to start? Simply walking into Coronation office on Monday and we can get you started. I mean, it's as simple as that. You create an account, we'll give you recommendation, and it's important that we understand your risk profile. I keep emphasizing this because some retail investors will take the house rent money and buy stocks, and within 2 weeks, the funds are depleted and they are feeling agitated. So that is why I'm emphasizing the importance of managing your risk. Understand your risk and consider the assets that tailor towards your risk. If the equity market is not tailored towards your risk, like the other card earlier mentioned, there are other options. We have the FGN savings fund. The last option for this month closed at for the 3-year period closed at around 16%. It pays you dividend, it pays you coupon every quarter. So you invest into it as little as 5,000 naira and you get returns every quarter. You also have the option of considering other bonds. You can also buy own treasury bills. And these are all regulated instruments that are offering good returns. I mean, the last treasury bills auction closed for 1 year period closed at around 21.64%, which is also good, depending on your risk profile. But if you understand the risk and you are willing to take the risk in the equity market, then you come to us, we're able to advise you, we provide stock recommendations every week that will guide you towards making the right choice of stocks to buy.
Okay, and I have a second question. I'll just run by you. Somebody's saying my dad bought a lot of stocks. I don't know where they are. I have a certificate, but I don't know the total value. I also bought some stocks. I don't know the registrars. I don't know what to do with them. Is it possible to go to a broker and they will help me coordinate and get everything that I have or and I've lost? He's basically asking if it's possible to go. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, we can help you. We have a product that helps you track all your stocks. Assuming you bought stocks in the past and you don't know where they are, or you lost the certificate before the dematerialization period when they are still issuing physical certificate and you lost it, you can come to us and we can help you recover them. We can also help you recover dividends that you are yet to claim. And for your late dad or for your late parents who have shares, if you have the right papers, that means both court papers showing that you are the one that is supposed to manage those things, you can come to us and we are still able to help you track those stocks and then help you put it together in a portfolio.
Perfect.
So we're able to also offer such services.
Perfect. And I just wanted just to drop in a caller that's been waiting here, just to see if he has a question for you. Taiwo Solomon, you've been on the line. You've got Mr. Ernest from Coronation. You've got Mr. Demi from NGX. Do you have any question on your mind you wanted to ask real quick? Taiwo? All right, Mr. Ernest, before Taiwo is getting his mic ready, just a second question for you. So I did read someone sent me a message that if I don't collect my dividends, after 5 years, the dividends go to the government. Is that true? Or is that any truth to that?
Right, as of now, that is not confirmed. We still have people coming to claim dividends that was paid 5-10 years ago. And those dividends are still with the registrars, and the registrars have the record of people that were paid dividend that period. So when you come to us, we're able to help guide you through the process of recovering those dividends. I mean, if you're unable to even come to our office, you can simply send us a DM, either to Coronation or you can send to myself, and we're able to do this. Whether you're within the country or you're outside the country, we are still able to participate in the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and we're still able to offer you some of these services.
Great. And a question for you, Mr. Ernest. I know in the US market, we always get the dividend yield of the market in total. Like you said the stock market has beaten fixed income, or is always beating fixed income in terms of real return. Do you have a number for the dividend yield of the stock market in Nigeria? Yeah, Mr. Ernest, so sorry about that. The question I was going to ask was this, right? In terms of the return of the Nigerian stock market, is it based on capital appreciation, i.e. the movement of the stock price, or is it based on the dividend side of the market? What is driving this 39%? This is more of I buy, I hold, I get dividends, or I am buying and I'm trading, or I'm just holding and the stock goes from 1 naira to 5 naira. What is the key driver of 39%? Is it the dividends or the price movement?
So this particular particular sector now we're talking about is the price movement. But investing in the Nigerian equity market, a lot of benefit comes to it. One is dividend. The second is price appreciation, meaning that if you invest in the Nigerian equity in NGX, you're able to gain both price appreciation and dividend. So it does not mean that because they pay you dividends that the price may necessarily depreciate. No. If you're able to hold the stock, you're able to also gain that. And in some rare instances, you're able to also get bonuses and other things that comes with it. And it's also good that you are investing into a company that helps that helps our country's economy grow.
Gotcha. I've got Uyi lined up. Uyi, do you have a quick question for Sheon and for Ernest, Uyi?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Go ahead, sir.
For the opportunity. I wanted to ask. I think he said it a bit towards the end of his last talk. I wanted to ask because I'm based in the United States right now, and I've been looking for a way to really participate in the stock exchange in Nigeria, but I haven't been able to do that. So how can I, reach out to you? Do you have like an email address or something I can just send an email to really get that done? And if that's possible, is there like a way to track it at my end? Either via an app or a website or something.
Great question.
Okay, great. Can I go ahead, Carl?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So distance is not a barrier to participating in the Nigerian equity market. So whether you're in Nigeria or you're outside the country, we're able to help you. You can either send me a DM or I can drop my email and you can reach out to us. We're able to open for you. And then for tracking it, we have a trade view where you're able to trade stocks yourself and see your portfolios and get valuations of all your shares once they are recovered and they are in your portfolio. So whether you're in Nigeria or you're outside Nigeria, when you buy stocks through us, you have a platform where you can see it. You can even trade on the platform yourself, key in your orders, and you see them go.
Fantastic. So, I like what you said. Distance is not a barrier. The same thing you can do abroad with the Schwab and the Fidelity, you can also do in Nigeria with Coronation. That's the message I'm getting. You can open an account with them. You can manage that portfolio from the US, buy stocks, view it in the CSCS. All that is available. And you also heard NSA, you can also go back and claim those lost dividends and all that. And I'm going to look for Coronation and share the handle. So if you turn the handle, you will see them. But they're also on Twitter. Coronation is on Twitter. And if you look among the speakers, they're also in there. So I'll just say follow them real quick and then get information. But let me go back to Sheon. Sheon, real quick, if I could hop back to you before I go back to Ernest. I have a few questions for you. Number one, someone is asking that ETFs are no longer accessible to the self-service channels. I just want to get clarity on that. Are ETFs still accessible through the self-service portals? Of course, that's exchange-traded funds. And the second question is asking is, we have a self-service option. I want you to talk about that real quick, Sean. So, Sean, if you want to mute, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Kalu. So I didn't get that well. What you said self-service option?
Yes, there's a gentleman on Twitter asking me that he can no longer get the ETF prices through the self-service channels.
Oh, okay.
So it's asking if there's a problem or if there's an oversight.
So, that should be. Oh, okay. The prices. The prices should be available. So he should contact the trading license holder through which is trading on that self-service platform.
Okay.
Because the prices during the market should be available, so you know where you are at and what price you want to enter the market or exit. So
okay.
I think the trading license holder should provide that because the prices are public information for ETFs or any asset class that is listed on the exchange.
Gotcha. So contact that person directly. Also, Sean, can you talk real quick about the short code to check stock prices? I think that because lots of folks use the phones and they do the SSD code. So what's the short code to check stock prices on the NGX?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Carlo. It's an exciting time for retail investors in the market, and the NGX continues to, try to bring the market closer to everyone, so that we can have broader-based participation and even have more millennials and even the Gen Zs participate. So the source code is star 5474 hash. Once you start 5474 hash, once you type that on your phone, it brings a lot of options. You can you can use. It shows some list of stocks, their prices, and also it gives you a list of some trading license holders through which you can buy and sell stocks. So it's a code that brings the market closer to the retail investors and to the populace, so as to drive more, as we try to get more participation in the market and make sure that we have more financial inclusion in Nigeria.
And that short code is star 5474 hash.
5474 hash, yes. That's
Okay.
the short code.
I mean, you send that out, you're able to get information, and that helps you with that investment. Because, I mean, guys, remember that investing is really all about information. He that knows and knows early can make more money. So the faster or the more that you know about the market, that essentially helps you to get ahead of time. I mean, we got the guys in here. I still want to go to Mr. Ernest, but let me just get Mr. Kachi. He's on here. Kachi, you want to have a quick question before? Go ahead. Kachi, do you have a quick question, sir? Okay, let me go back to Mr. Ernest, the wealth guy. Mr. Ernest, I like your title so much, So, again, just if you could, right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. If I was a 35-year-old Nigerian and I had a 10 million naira or a million naira, how would you recommend? This is not advice, this is just education, right? What would you advise? How would I build out a portfolio, an asset management portfolio? You could be specific to the stock market, that's fine, or you could do other asset classes. But if I want to invest in Nigerian stock market, what sectors should I sort of put my lens on? Which are the growth sectors? Which are the sectors that will give me a dividend? What would you basically advise if I sat in front of you? Again, this is not going to be advice. You're not asking us to go buy or sell. It's just education for me. How would you answer that question, sir? Mr. Ernest? Okay, wait for Mr. Ernest. Hi, Ernest, you're muted now, so if you speak, I can hear you. All right, got you guys. Okay, so I was trying to ask Mr. Ernest really about what sectors, not the particular stocks per se, but the sector indicators where I would put money in today if I was going to invest for, say, 5 years and I had $1 million. How should I play this market? Because I want to have a plan. If in the US I could buy the index, but I like to have a plan more or less. But as it's where I have a gentleman from the NGX whom I'd like to bring on to the floor, just so he can introduce himself and talk about what he does, and I have a few questions for him. So Mr. Kazim, welcome, sir. And if you can hear me, you can unmute if you can. I'll sort of do an intro, then I can ask you my questions, sir. Please go ahead, Mr. Kazim.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, Callum. How are you doing? Good evening, everyone.
I'm very well, sir.
I live from NGX.
Okay. All right, Mr. Kazim. Yeah, I had a question for. How are you, sir? I asked everyone this question. What's been your take 3 months in 2024? What's been your take on the Nigerian stock market so far?
Oh well, to a large extent, I think the year has been quite positive for the markets largely. And I think it's not far-fetched when you look at the fact that earnings are just practically prices are looking to catch up with earnings essentially. So earnings have expanded for certain industries, particularly the most liquid sectors, the banking sector particularly, and a couple of other sectors as well too. So the back of that, we're seeing prices tracking that. And then going into the year further, we still expect more of that, coupled with the fact that we're now beginning to have stability in FX markets, and that should probably drive in some more FPI into the markets, and then we should see some more positive in the markets. Thank you.
Is there a correlation between the dollar exchange rate and the Nigerian stock market's return? Is there any correlation? If dollar goes up, stocks go up or go down. Is there any correlation there?
Well, historically, I think it's been the connection has never really been linear, as it were. But there's usually this inference you could draw whenever there's a dislocation in the currency, and then it settles eventually, and then you see the market turning positive. Why? Because foreign players are coming into the market, and then that drives the market positively. So I think it's not far-fetched that these kind of assumptions could come around where people could think that there's kind of link between the FX. Look at what happened between second half of last year up to now with the FX as well. So we saw FX going up and saw prices going up as well. So it's not always linear. I mean, if you look at 2017, 2016, 2017 period when we had our FX prices also too, you have seen that at inception there wasn't that connection significantly. It was, as a matter of fact, was more negative as foreign were exiting the market.
Yeah.
And then eventually when prices settled rather, we saw that the market picked up. So I think normally after currency settles, we see that significant move in the market, and I think it's only just the market repricing itself essentially when you have FX movement upwards there.
Gotcha. And there's been this talk, this chatter, offline that the market has gone so fast, so quickly that it will either correct itself and come down, i.e., that the movement has been too fast. That the market there has to be a correction and all that. I know the market will correct. Markets always correct. But is there truth to the rumor that the market has simply moved up because there's just too much cash in the system and hence it has to find a home? Or are the Nigerian companies actually delivering earnings that are now driving the stock prices, which is now driving the interest in the market? Where do you tend to? Is it more of a monetary push or more of an earnings push that's driving stocks in the market?
Okay, so I think I wouldn't want to complicate things. So let me just make it a bit simpler. Look at it this way. Naturally, as you know, in finance, whenever we talk about valuations is just simply cash flows, future earnings, and all that, and then we discount it backward, and then we get our values and all that. So that's how investors look at the market practically, rational investors. So look at it, for instance, between 2020 and date, the FX has moved like around maybe like about times 3 already, thereabout, as of now. Then, if you now look at earnings of this corporate, especially the most liquid ones like the banking industry players, their earnings have also more than quadrupled between that time and now. So it only stands to reason that prices have to adjust, because if you look at the price between that time and now, prices haven't really reflected the improved earnings. Prices are probably maybe now because of the rally, maybe we've seen double. Prices have doubled between that time and now, but then it hasn't really reflected. So meaning that we're not even yet back to where we were pre-currency crisis. So it means that what that implies that you should expect some more of repricing in the market and then further rally. So essentially, that's the reason why the arguments that the market has run too fast and all that may not really hold water. Why? Because prices haven't really tracked earnings as much as they should do. So when APIs come in, definitely will drive our liquidity in the market largely for us, really. So when they come in, you are likely going to see a bigger rally compared to what you have right now because of the dislocation between prices and earnings.
Very insightful answers, sir. I've taken notes. Very, very insightful. So, in essence, I mean, if we want to bring it down to a level, the market might look underpriced, or some would say undervalued right now.
Correct. So that's the point. So if you look at the numbers, if you look at, for instance, it's difficult for us to call the PE right now because earnings are not yet fully reported. I mean, you still have this a lot of especially for instance, the most liquid sector hasn't even started reporting their results. That's the banking space. So to a large extent, it's difficult for us to look at the PE right now. But even without looking at the PE, if you just look at the fact that prices pre-2020, pre-COVID, look at prices at that time, averagely, if you compare, and you now look at the earnings also too, you just see a kind of dislocation. You say, especially about you keep wondering, there's a massive opportunity here, there definitely. So historically, we are below where we should be normally. So it's always, but when prices move, for instance now, as I said, earnings are probably, for instance, if you the banking sector, let me just pick maybe like one or two tier ones, Access and GTB. Look at the earnings, look at 2020, look at the earnings, look at it now, like around 4 times earnings that's actually expanded. Look at their price, not really changed, probably like around 2 times to that time and now. So what it means is that means they are trading cheaper relative to where they should be normally. That means their P's should be low, should definitely be lower than what it should be historically on average. So there will be a kind of mean reversion over time. And that mean reversion is where you see FPIs paying attention to, and then you see them driving. As a matter of fact, some of those signs have started now. I see them are now explain that there've been some inflows into the market. So we've started seeing some actions in the market, especially for the banking side. We started seeing some of that. The tier ones moving. It's generally like that. Dovetails down, cascades down into the bigger ones, but definitely, what is clear is that historically we are currently undervalued relative to where we should be ordinarily.
Excellent answer, sir. I mean, it's the global money week, and we're talking money investing. We're trying to say how you in Nigeria, in America, wherever you are, distance is not a barrier. How you can get invested. Nigeria is doing about 39%, much higher than the US, much higher than the West. This is real return because it's beating inflation. We've got the guys from Coronation here with us. We also got the guys from the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So we're very, very glad. And we're asking questions, getting answers, getting insights into the market. Mr. Endes, let me bring you back in here, sir. You've heard Mr. Kazim, you've had guys from NGX talk about the market. They've implied more or less that, the market, the earnings, really, the market has not really caught up with the earnings, or the investors have not really caught up with the earnings. In essence, there should be, or should we say, we hope for that there will be an uptick as the FBI start to come in and the banking boys start to post their returns. So back to the question I asked earlier, sir. So if I was going to invest right now from, say, Q2 2024, where should I be looking at more or less, if you could, sir? Mr. Ernest.
Okay, thank you. So if you're looking at investing right now, you may consider the financial services industry. The industry has a lot of potential. So, we're getting into the period when they'll be bringing out some of their figures on how they performed in 2024, in 2023, and some of these figures are going to be definitely very impressive, and that will also attract a lot of FPI. So this could also be a good time. You may also consider going into industries that are infrastructure, that are looking at infrastructure. For instance, the Coronation Infrastructure Fund is currently up and will soon be listed on the NGX. We are looking at diversifying your portfolio into other alternative assets. It could also present that opportunity. You also consider other industries like the energy industry, like the one that was recently listed. It has a lot of potential for investors. It's important to understand the risk before going into some of this stuff. But yeah.
I got you. And Mr. Ennis, real quick, the Coronation Infrastructure Fund, what is it? Can I invest in it? I mean, why are you guys investing in Nigeria? What is it all about? If you could,
Okay, so looking at Nigeria as a country, you realize that we have a lot of infrastructural deficits. This has stalled the development of our country economically, and it has been a challenge for the country. So Coronation, as a foresight company, is looking to raising a fund that will invest into providing some of these basic infrastructures, not just for the returns, the potential that they have, but also to help better our collective future as a country. So this fund is looking at, this fund will be channeled towards developing basic infrastructures like transport, energy, healthcare, commodities, and those basic infrastructures we're looking at that will help us as a nation move on from our current state.
Gotcha.
This fund is designed to provide you with returns 400 to 300 basis points above a yield on a 10-year GM bond. So you're looking at between 20.
Oh, Ennis, I lost you. I lost Mr. Ennis there. I don't know if you can still hear him. I lost you, sir. Okay.
I can hear you.
Go ahead. Please go ahead. You were talking about the yield on the bond. Please say that again, just so we follow.
I said the yield on the bonds, the target yield on the bond the target is between 23 to 24%. And we're looking at a yield 400 basis points above the yield on an FGM bond, which is currently between 23 to 24%. I mean, if you're locking in your funds for a 10-year period and for an investment that pays you interest biannually for the next 10 years, and you're getting returns at this level, which is quite decent.
Gotcha.
Considering that not just that the on the investment, but the fact that it helps build us as a nation.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Mr. Ernest. So, I mean, let's just do a recap. I mean, we've been here for since 7 o'clock. We've had a gentleman from NGX shown, Mr. Kazim, also Mr. Ernest from Coronation. I've shared Coronation's phone number and email on Twitter. So if you want to get in touch with them, just go on the profile, on my profile, or just look for them on Twitter. They're also on the space. You can just follow them and get all the information about the fund and what Mr. Ernest has been talking about. NGX as well as Nigerian Stock Exchange, they are also on Twitter. Please follow them as well. They give a lot of, because they are the platform, so you get a lot of market information, unbiased market information from the platform that are there. So also follow them. You've heard that. I mean, the key point for me is this: the Nigerian market is doing 39% year to date, 2024. And we've heard there's an insight that this is not even their best speed. They could do more, they could move even faster. But right now, this is the asset class that is delivering a real rate of return. Real means that it's beating inflation. So we must look at it. It doesn't mean we have to all go invest in it. Like Mr. Ernest has said, you have to do your risk profiling first, and you only invest in the stock market funds that you think match your objectives with your risk profile and also with your liquidity needs as well. So even though it's giving you real returns, it's got to also match your objectives, what you want to do for the year or even for a longer term, i.e. for retirement and all that kind of stuff. We did a detour, we talked about the infrastructure fund. I think it's fantastic that the private sector is raising long-term capital for infrastructure. We can't complain all the time, right? We've got to get involved in this game and raise funds to do infrastructure. It's our country too, right? So on that note, let's sort of wind down. I'm going to get Sheon, Kazim, and Enes to give us their closing remarks. And then, of course, this space is recorded. Once it's done, I will share the raw content on the podcast so you can go back and listen. It's also recorded on Twitter. So, yes, you can go back and listen. And if you want to reach out to the speakers, like I've said, they're on Twitter, or just follow them right now as they speak. So, Sheon, let's start from you. What are your closing remarks? I mean, what would you like to tell the retail investors that are out here listening to us? What should they do Monday? Go for it.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Kalu. My parting words would be that the market holds immense opportunities for retail investors to invest and earn returns, and the market has been brought closer. We're bringing the market closer to the retail investors. I mean, through their trading license holders, participation in the market has been democratized. So we advise that also they keep their eyes on risk and diversify as much as possible. Thank you.
Interesting. Diversify as much as possible. Keep your eyes on risk. I love that. So, Mr. Kazim, please go ahead. So, what's your take for the folks listening in as regards to market, investing, and of course, Nigeria? Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So, I think I would say there are a lot of opportunities. Our market has always been a long-rolling market. However, we're bringing new ideas into the market. So the market will be more of both long and short at the same time. So we'll have a single stock futures, which is going to be available for you to be able to take bets and probably express your views in different ways, speculate on the market. I know the word speculation is not something that everybody wants to hear now because of FX and all that, but however, it's a normal finance then. So our single stock futures will give that opportunity for you to be able to express yourself in the market and be able to hedge your risk and speculate into the market and play around the market. So the market won't just be long as it has always been, but then it will now become more long and short, whereby you can long and short in the market easily, and then you can even trade on positions that you don't currently hold, as it were. So there are a lot of interesting opportunities that are coming forward, and then also too, we're likely going to be having depository states also too. Now, market which is going to be the first in Africa, and then going to give us a lot of opportunities to be able to also hedge our FX.
Oh, Mr. Kazim, you just can't see. Mr. Kazim, you just can't see that in person. What are depository receipts? How would that work for a guy like Uy as in the United States? How would he use that? Please go ahead and explain, sir.
Yeah. So I think it will be more of something that will be attractive to those who have their naira, who are heavily exposed to naira, and who would love to have exposure to offshore markets. Maybe probably want to buy Nvidia or probably you don't have exposure to the S&P, essentially, you'll be able to have the opportunity by using your Naira to buy on the NGX, and then while the underlying itself will be either NVIDIA or AMD or whatever it may be, or S&P 500. So all of these ideas are new products and new ideas that we hope should be coming into the market in the near term. Hopefully before the year runs, that we should have some there, and then also with the futures as well, as I mentioned, would also coming up as well, which will give the opportunity. I think the guy in the US already is able to access the US market directly. However, the guy in Lagos here in Nigeria, or even the guy in the US, if he has his Naira in Nigeria and doesn't want to convert it to dollars, could actually also use the opportunity to also buy those securities on the NGX, which will have the underlying as the offshore securities. So you'll be able to buy it in Naira. You use your Naira. You don't need to use dollars. So you use the Naira you buy, and then the underlying is probably NVIDIA or anything like S&P or whatever you want to buy. And then even when dividends or income are being paid, will also flow to you as well too. And as the price is moving on the New York Stock Exchange or the Nasdaq as well, it will also translate also to reflect in the security that is being traded on the NGX as well too, in terms of depository receipt. So those are the kind of ideas that are going to be coming on, and then as I said, the futures as well too, which will give you the shot, the ability for you to probably trade the security that you don't have yet, and then the future for you to settle it.
Wow. Sir, can I just ask that if you have this setup, that you please either you come on a space or you send me the information so we can share. My DMs are blowing up. People are saying, okay, I'm interested in this, I want this, so please, the shorts, the deposit receipts, please, when they're out, sir, please come back or send us the information so we can share it, deepen the market, get more FPIs into Nigeria. That's the whole game. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, definitely, no problem about that. Definitely.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Mr. Ernest, we've got you, sir, for Coronation. Go ahead, sir. What's your closing thoughts in the market, sir? Thank you.
So my closing stop will be on at a period where we are seeing inflation at an all-time high. It has never been more important to invest than right now. And with the market presenting a lot of opportunities, it is very, very important that we all are able to grab this opportunity because it may come around again. And we as Coronation are here to help you. If you want to get on board to be able to trade stocks on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, reach out to us. We're able to provide you advisory, guide you, profile you, and be able to guide you to buy the right stocks, and also guide you into diversifying your investments. And for those looking at who are looking at ethical investing, looking at not just investing, but investing in such a way that it creates value for the country, you may also want to consider the Coronation Infrastructure Fund, which has its own benefits too. So reach out to us on Coronation and we'll be able to provide you more information. Whether you're in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, we're able to help you create for you a platform where you're able to trade your stocks, recover your stocks, and also be able to reclaim back your lost dividends. Thank you.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Thank you so much, guys. Lots of folks are asking questions. I got you. I hope you guys got one or two things from this session with NGX Coronation under the Global Money Week. I did learn a lot, and I'm very, very hopeful what's going to happen in Nigeria in the future as regards the stock market, investing for long-term infrastructure and all that. So just like me, I'm hopeful that once these are out, we get this information out to you guys so that way you guys can start to invest or use these derivatives. This market will just basically boom when we have derivatives, because now more players can come in from different spices, different dices, and they have a market that is open to everyone. So I thank Coronation, I thank NGX, I thank you all for being here. You guys keep well. So the folks listening, yes, again, it's recorded. I'm going to share the recording via the podcast, and also Twitter also has a recording, so you can go back and listen to it. We are here every Sunday, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. We're talking money, finance, the economy, and personal finance. So next week we'll be here as well. Do join us, and it's my pleasure to bring this to a close for now. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. If you guys want to hop on our open spaces after this, I might be available, but we don't know yet. All right, guys, thank you so much, guys, and you guys have a great start to your week in Nigeria and wherever you are listening from. Thank you so much, and bye.